How's it going, everybody? It's me, your guy, your boy here. Welcome back to List Week 2020. Question, are you into emeralds? Like, they rule absolutely everything around you, but maybe, just maybe, you don't have enough. Maybe you need more. Well, my friend, if the answer is yes to that question, good news. Today's video is the video for you. In today's video, we'll be talking all about everybody's favorite big-nosed capitalist, and no, I'm not talking about that annoying, disgusting peasant in blue. Today's video is actually an elite requested video. Big shout out to azorel on Twitter. By the way, that profile picture game, it's on point. In today's video, we're going to check out 5 of the best farms to have when it comes to collecting emeralds quickly and easily from villagers. Without further delay, let's go ahead and just jump right into things. If you enjoy the video, remember to leave a like, and right now, check and make sure you're subscribed. Real quick, let's talk methodology. When picking out the 5 farms in today's video, I considered a handful of things, including how easy is it to farm that thing, and how useful is that thing? Like, would you really want to sell it to the villagers? Today's video is definitely about farming, but in today's video, I won't be showing you step by step how to build the farm. Instead, keep your eyes on that top corner. Sometimes we'll put a card on screen, and that card will take you over to a tutorial for whatever farm we're talking about. Farmer villagers. So today's video is all about emerald getting. But not just any emerald getting, we're talking getting emeralds easy. The farmer villager is an absolute beast of a machine when it comes to collecting emeralds quickly. I mean, it all starts with a farmer villager at level 1. I mean, a level 1 farmer villager will always want to buy something, whether it be beet, wheat, carrots, or potatoes. To make things even better, if you're willing to put a good deal of effort in, you can actually have a farm that farms all of those things with villagers automatically. The villagers will collect everything for you, then you just grab it and simply sell it to the villager. It's pretty cool. But perhaps the best farmer villager trade doesn't come at level 1. Instead, it comes at level 2. It's this trade right here, the pumpkin trade. Here's my pumpkin farm in my survival world. Look at this thing. This thing is super compact. It looks like a lot, but in reality, it's really not much at all. If you can get past the cost of the observers and the pistons, really, there's nothing holding you back at all. This farm right here is pretty compact. It takes up like almost no space at all. Right here, I have a bunch of pumpkin plants crammed into a small space. Above them, pistons and observers. Down below them, a collection rail line. Set this thing up in your world, and in no time, you will have more pumpkins than you'll know what to do with. Now, I built this thing pretty recently, and check this out. I already have over 10 stacks of pumpkins right here. That is honestly absurd. And my farm, it only has 30 plants. So that's a lot, but it's really actually not a lot at all. Now, when it comes to pumpkin uses, you really have 3 main things: terraforming or decorating, jack-o'-lanterns, and pumpkin pie. Those are all great uses, but they're all uses that will eventually sort of run out, unless you're making pumpkin pie, I guess. What I mean by this is eventually, you're just going to have more pumpkins than you know what to do with. A farmer villager, when paired with at least a decent automatic pumpkin farm, is a beast when it comes to collecting emeralds quickly. It's really a no-brainer here. The price of the trade, it's not that high either, and all of that is being said without considering the possibility of any discounts. Sugarcane. Check this out. Look at my sugarcane farm. We have a row of sugarcane, then water, sugarcane, water, sugarcane, water, sugarcane. Yeah? Yep, that's a sugarcane farm right there. It's very nice, and look at how easy it is to use. Walk in here, harvest the sugarcane. Sugarcane also seems to grow at a relatively quick rate, and that is why sugarcane is amazing for villager trading. So, real quick before we talk about trading, talk about sugarcane uses. Sugarcane, what is it used for? Well, of course, it's used for paper and sugar. Paper, that's a whole lot more useful than pumpkins. As of Minecraft 1.16, the 2 biggest uses for paper: maps and rockets. But even with that being said, sugarcane is still so easy to farm, both manually and automatically. Cartographer villagers will always want to buy paper. They love this stuff. Right here, 24 paper for 1 emerald. That's a pretty good deal. So this farm, it's a pretty small sugarcane farm, and it definitely hasn't grown up all the way. It's also a manual sugarcane farm. Keep in mind that automatic sugarcane farms, they are so easy to set up. A cartographer villager will always want to buy paper at level 1. The trade is literally right there, and it is so easy. So easy to farm large amounts of paper quickly, then turn around and sell it to a cartographer villager. There's really not too much else that I can say about this one. Set up a large-scale sugarcane farm that's automatic. Let it run for a little while, and you'll have so much paper. Then take that paper and sell it to a cartographer villager, and you'll get a ton, an absolute boatload of emeralds. Next, farm. What if there were a farm where you could get experience and then something to sell to the villagers, and you could sell that thing to the villagers, and then you'd get even more experience. So wait, that is definitely, most definitely a thing. Hello, cleric villager. So check out the cleric villager. At level 1, the cleric will always want to buy rotten flesh. Rotten flesh is a big moneymaker. If you've ever found a zombie spawner in your world, then you probably know how potentially useful these things can be if set up into a farm correctly. Right here, I have a super simple zombie spawner XP farm. Somewhere down here under the ground is a zombie spawner. I move them over to an elevator, lift them up, drop them so they fall and get down to a 1 hit, and then I take them out with my looting 3 sword. Then I get a bunch of rotten flesh. I mean, right there, I'm almost halfway to another trade with this villager. You take out the zombies with a looting 3 sword, you get a bunch of rotten flesh, and then you turn around and sell that rotten flesh to the villager. And while you're doing all of that, if you have mending on your gear, you'd be healing your gear up. If mending isn't your thing for some reason, you're strange, but you'd be getting a bunch of experience. When it comes to getting experience, a zombie spawner XP farm might not be the best option in the world, but when it comes to getting emeralds quickly and easily, a zombie spawner farm is definitely a really solid way to go. I mean, literally, this took no time at all. Rotten flesh right here. 1 emerald. So much more useful. Oh yeah, that's right. I haven't said yet, but rotten flesh, it's pretty much essentially completely useless. You don't want to eat it. Yep, there's nothing you can do with it. So you might as well sell it to the villager. No downside of this farm at all. Who remembers this world? Leave a like. Our next farm is right over here. An automatic wool farm. Automatic wool farms are honestly one of my favorite farms in all of Minecraft. Why? Well, it's pretty simple. They're easy to build, and they get you blocks that you can actually build with, which is crazy. It still really, for some reason, blows my mind that you can set up a farm that actually farms blocks that you can place in your world and maybe like make a house with or a balloon or whatever you want to make with them. I don't know. That just blows my mind. This wool farm right here, though it may look pretty big, is actually pretty small. This is an automatic wool farm with 16 sheep total. 1 sheep for every single color of wool. Down below the farm, I have an automatic collection system. 2 minecarts run below this farm continuously, pick up all of the wool, send it over to a drop-off area, and then all of the wool is sent over here to an automatic sorting area. It's great and all. To make things even better, these farms are usually pretty productive. I mean, check this out. That's so much wool. I would never need this much red wool. But you know who could use that much wool? That's right, a villager. Wool trading with the shepherd villager. Now, honestly, if you're going the route of wool trading, this is what I recommend that you do. Get a couple shepherd villagers. Maybe they all want to buy the same color of wool. Maybe they all want different colors of wool. It doesn't really matter. In our case right here, we have a shepherd villager that wants gray wool. Knowing that, I would go ahead and set up a bunch of automatic gray wool farms near the shepherd villager, let those things run, and then after a little while, I'd come back to the shepherd villager and sell all of that wool. Maybe we have a couple more shepherds though. There's one, and maybe, hey, how about over here? This is the perfect spot for another one. Take the shepherd, perfect. What do you have? You have white wool, okay, and then you have white wool as well. So check that out, 2 shepherds wanting white wool. And then maybe another one right over here that wants brown and gray wool. This one is honestly better than all of these other ones. I don't want the shear trade, I want the wool trade. Shepherd villagers, they always want wool, and wool farms, they're pretty easy to set up. Though the items that come from the wool farm are pretty useful, I mean, wool is a nice building block, you're also eventually probably going to have more wool than you would ever need. Now that I think about it, honestly, that goes for pretty much every single farm in Minecraft. If it's good, eventually you'll have an excess of everything. With all of that being said, though, I would warn you about a couple things here. If you want to do things quickly, you will definitely, absolutely need more than 1 sheep. Set up some kind of sheep farm with more than 1 sheep in it, maybe of the same color, whatever color wool your villager wants. Also, iron. Remember iron. Over time, this could get a little bit expensive. You will need many pairs of shears to keep this thing going long term. But if you can get a good chunk of sheep and you're not really worried about that iron, then go the automatic wool farm route. You definitely won't regret it. Last but not least, we are back in my current survival world for the final farm. This farm, that thing right there, you know what that is? You see the iron golem? It is, of course, the iron beast itself. Iron farms, especially an efficient one like this one right here, are actually surprisingly amazing when it comes to villager trading. So first off, let's talk efficiency. With this one, that is the biggest, most important thing, because iron, it's clearly crazy useful. It's maybe one of the most or the most useful thing in Minecraft. So you're gonna need an iron farm that has good rates. Set that iron farm up that has good rates and let it run for a little while to create a stockpile of iron. This is iron that you will never sell. Eventually, you will end up with so much iron that you won't know what to do with. Check that out. That's so much iron right there. Remember, a single block, it turns back into 9 pieces of iron. Yeah, that's a lot of iron. To set up an iron farm, you're going to need villagers. The villagers inside of this farm, at least if you use my design, won't be able to work. So you're going to need to have at least, I guess I would say, 4 villagers. 3 inside of the farm, then 1 to trade with somewhere else. When it comes to the professions though, you actually have 3 options here, because 3 different types of villagers like iron. They like to buy the stuff. The first villager that you could go with would be the weaponsmith villager. A level 2 weaponsmith villager should want iron. But maybe you don't like weaponsmiths for some reason. Well then maybe try the toolsmith. Again, at a level 2, this villager will want iron. But maybe toolsmiths just aren't the vibe. Well, that's fine. I don't really understand, but fine. How about the armorer? Again, level 2 armorer villager iron trade right here. And this iron trade, it's kind of expensive if you don't have an iron farm. But if you have an iron farm, this isn't expensive at all. That's insanely affordable. And again, this is all without considering any possible discounts that you could achieve, maybe through curing or raid winning. If you have an iron farm, that is good. That produces you more iron than you need, then iron is maybe the best way to go when it comes to making emeralds. If you have an iron farm that is productive, you could set that up in a couple different spots in your world, have it run continuously, and get so much iron. Like way more iron than you would ever need, even if you build gigantic like auto sorters and things like that. Then you could take that iron, go to the villagers, sell it to the villagers, get a bunch of emeralds, and then, I don't know, maybe like make an emerald beacon or something cool like that. I have no clue what you would do with that many emeralds, but you would have a lot of emeralds. Those are 5 farms that are absolutely amazing when it comes to collecting emeralds quickly. What do you think? What's another farm that you like to use to get emeralds in your world? Let me know down in the comments below. Again, huge shout out to Azorel for this idea. Thank you so much. Today, big shout out to my patrons, Felms and GBFan1984. Thank you so much for the support. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Daily videos. Haven't missed a day since October 2018. That's right. Leave a like on the video for no disgusting wandering traders. I'll see you next time.